Are you a visa overstay? By that, I mean, are you a person that entered the United States with permission? You were authorized at the border to enter. You came in with a visa, a passport. You were inspected by an officer, and you were allowed to enter the United States. But you did not leave when you were supposed to. You remained in the United States. If so, stay tuned. There are some changes to immigration law that have occurred in recent months that you should be aware of. They could dramatically affect your immigration future. But realize this, you're not alone. 40 to 45% of the immigrant population that the government classifies as being here without permission are in the same shoes as you. They entered with permission. They entered with authorization. They entered after inspection, but they didn't leave when they were supposed to. The two biggest changes that are affecting you are a change in August of this year and a change just a few weeks ago in October. The change in August was primarily geared to those who entered the United States for educational reasons, who entered the United States temporarily for educational reasons. But at the end of the educational journey, they didn't leave. Why did the government start there? Why did the government focus their attention on overstays there? Well, it's because in their studies, they found that the largest percentage of visa overstayers were in the educational category. Other folks who come in on a temporary visa would be individuals who come here as tourists. They come here to visit family or friends or to go on a vacation in the United States to see New York, see Seattle, San Francisco, other places of interest. Or they come here to work temporarily. Those are the main types of individuals that come here on a temporary basis and then are supposed to leave after a certain period of time. In many cases, they don't. And so they're classified as visa overstayers. The other change that you need to be aware of is at the beginning of October, the government introduced new policies at the United States Citizen and Immigration Services offices, which says that if you apply for certain immigration benefits and you're denied, that the officers at the USCIS offices can immediately give you a notice to appear, that is, refer you to immigration court to begin deportation proceedings. That is a big change, and that is going to affect, I believe, a lot of individuals who have overstayed. Because how does the overstay problem really surface in the immigration context? Well, someone overstays their visa, be a student, be for work, be here for visiting, or some other reason, but they're here temporarily. They don't leave. They live their life, they find work, they spend time with friends, they meet someone that they fall in love with. They marry, they raise a family. The spouse then says, well, wait a minute, I'm legal. Maybe I can sponsor you for immigration benefits. If the spouse is a United States citizen, since the individual that came in on a visa overstay, assuming they never left, can go straight forward in terms of applying for permanent residency. That's called adjustment of status. So they go to their interview at the USCIS office. However, with all the changes going on in immigration law, not just the two that I mentioned, but things like public charge, public benefits, criminal offenses, you could run into problems at your interview. And therein lies the dilemma for overstayers. Because if you run into a problem there and you're now denied, your application is rejected, that officer can refer you straight to immigration court, where now you're going to face deportation charges. And you could renew your adjustment of status application in immigration court. Or you could also, in many cases, depending on how long you've lived here, apply for a remedy known as cancellation removal. That's very difficult. That's based on a concept of hardship. And it's not ordinary hardship. It's exceptional and extremely unusual hardship. Now, on the other hand, some stayers marry a permanent resident. Well, the permanent resident tries to sponsor the overstayer for immigration benefits. That individual, in most cases, is going to have to go abroad. The immigrant's going to have to go abroad for the interview. But because they've lived here, say perhaps more than 6 months, more than a year, they're going to have to apply for special permission to come back into the United States. And that's known as the I-601 Family Unity Hardship Waiver. Again, hardship, very difficult to win. And so those situations could cause a family at that point to be destroyed, to be separated. It's an all or nothing proposition, whether it's in immigration court or whether it's abroad at an interview. You have to win the hardship battle. You have to win a yes on the hardship. And it's not an ordinary hardship. It has to be an extreme hardship with the 601, exceptional and extremely unusual in the cancellation removal context. So, and then there's the issue of who you can sponsor you. Not just anyone can be your sponsor. Of course, if you have a U.S. citizen spouse or a lawful permanent resident spouse, they count as a qualifying relative. In immigration court, your parents, assuming they're permanent residents or citizens, and your children could also qualify as qualifying relatives. In the consulate processing aspect, the 601 waiver, the only other qualifying relative other than your spouse would be a parent that's a lawful permanent resident or United States citizen. That doesn't mean the other relatives can't count in terms of the hardship equation, but they can't qualify you. But the real point is this: you're going to have to be careful, super careful. If you have overstayed your visa and then you apply for permanent residency, this is not, and there are exceptions and there may be other programs that can help you. You're going to have to discuss your situation with competent counsel because, as I noted, the risk is instead of getting a green card, becoming a permanent resident, being put on a track to full legalization of citizenship, you end up being on this boat ride to deportation and family separation, which is not what you want. With that, I'd like to close for today, and I'd like to thank you for being here and listening and watching. And I wish you and your family, whatever you do, the best of luck. But please, 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 if you're in this situation, don't risk it. Seek competent counsel. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Know someone who might be interested in this video? Then please take a moment to like and share it with them. Also, if you would like more videos on immigration, just click on the subscribe button. And here's a little bonus, a short guide that you can download for free by clicking on the link on the description box or the square-shaped image. Plus, if you have ideas for videos you'd like to see, write a short comment below or feel free to contact me at carlos@VitaraImmigrationLaw.com. My name is Carlos Vitara. I appreciate your time and hopefully we'll be talking again very, very soon.